Hey, this is Josh at CG Monastery, and I just want to give a little update for mainly for my Miss Makers Workshop students who are going to be playing with this soon, but others might find it interesting as well, so I thought I'd just talk about it. I'm at the prerig state. I just only have the lips going here, just because it'd be more confusing to do the other stuff. Oh, and students, if you just turn off controllers, this can get a little busy. The shapers, so if you just turn off the controllers, they won't draw anymore in the viewport. So we have three levels of importance here. So we have our anchors, which, like our brow, you guys probably messed with this already, but to slide the controls on the surface, it's the same idea with the lips. I just implemented the stuff on this pass. So you can slide the anchor, and so it's going to be the driver point for how the other handles track on the surface that we're using. And I'm using them for orientation for up, which I'll show you in a minute when we get to that. But for now, the anchor is the only thing you need to worry about. It is for position, and orientation is going to matter. And these don't actually do anything once we go to the rig state. These are just for aid as we're working through the placement of the other parts. Let's go to X-ray. All right, our second level of control is going to be the actual handles. Here, let me show these. So this is the control handle, and then so this is what actually you're selecting, the visual look of what you're selecting, that it's going to drive the ribbon that moves your joints. So you can slide it around, and then there's also a couple attributes to think about. Go ahead and mess with this so it's not really even, but it's fine. On the block handle, you're going to find control offset. So just like the brow, you can slide these on or off the surface depending on how far you want the base value to be. It's just easier to slide them all at once than to do them individually. Then we have the anchors. So this is the DAG helper. So this connects to this. So at rig time, this will be the shape, and this will be a joint that drives the ribbon. So orientation of this matters. So I tried to, when I'm dragging on the surface, to use the surface normal to do my ups and stuff, but it just felt very inconsistent when I was sliding things around. So instead, what we have is that tracking point is like a hinge, and then its orientation is derived from this. So when I rotated it, it rotates along that pivot, if that makes sense. So you use the anchor to change the orientation of that setup. Then for the actual joint chain, I'm using the same 3D axis control looking things. So this would be the joint chain going through the lip. I'm really happy with that. So I kind of want that to be like off. I may play with this some more before you guys get it, because if I was rigging this, I would probably, well, I don't know, I might want that in the corner. Just thinking through this a little bit. When you first create it, these anchors will be zeroed out currently, but I think I have a way to make it auto aim, at least at creation, so that it's not as tedious to fix. So hopefully I can get that working a little bit better. It's all kind of working. I'm just iterating through making things more intuitive currently. So again, the joint chain, you have full control over those to rotate and whatnot, so you can change the orientation of those joints. And again, each of these joints will be created honoring the orientation of these handles, so it is important, and you have full control over that when you do your setup. How I'm doing the orientation on those is similar to the handle, except instead they're aiming along the chain. So this one's aiming to this one, this is aiming to this one, and this is aiming to the center. And then the up, I'm using the closest anchor as its up vector. That's kind of how that works, if you care. There's a setting on here which would matter. Turn X-ray again. So the joint depth, just like on the brow, lets you change how deep that goes. So you can change the depth for the track surface, and then it can go. You can go positive, but I don't know why you do that. Maybe I should clamp it. I don't know. But you can change the depth within the lip from that, if that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I said this or not. I may have already said this, but you can turn off the handles from form. So, you still have full control over the form, but I can turn off controllers in my 2018 and above. I don't think that's in 17. And to get those off, if there's a lot of users on older versions, I'll make it so there's a toggle so you can do it if it doesn't. If you can't use that for my standard features. But this is kind of where things are at. I've got the meat of the rigging stuff done. I'll just need to get the joint strings building. I'm going to iterate on this a little bit longer. And then hopefully next week, you'll be able to rig some faces. So looking forward to see what you guys make. And have a good weekend, everyone.